One of the reasons I came to Jamaica was to see a female turtle laying eggs. But most days, all I saw was the tracks. Except this day, these tracks were not tracks that I saw in the morning. I had actually seen the turtle the night before. So I was walking on the beach just like any other night when I only saw in tracks. And I decided to investigate. And at the end of the in track, there was this massive female. She was beautiful. And I watched her dig the hole. It was amazing. She would put one flipper down in the hole and then play around and scoop some sand and then pick it up and lay it down and then flick the flipper that was up on the land. And this repeated for honestly close to an hour. I must have got there close to the beginning because, man, this was so exciting, but it was just the same thing over and over again. Don't worry, I cut most of it out because I think what's more exciting is what happens after she's dug the hole. So I'm sitting there and I'm not even sure what I'm waiting for or looking for, and then all of a sudden, the noises stop. My first 2 sea turtle eggs. Oh my goodness. She's now laying them. This is so cool. Man, I didn't actually think I'd get to see this. And I'm just sitting here watching, and she's just dropping egg after egg. And this process is honestly amazing. Sometimes it's 1 egg, sometimes it's 2 eggs. And she lifts her legs just before she's about to drop an egg or 2. And man, I don't know how long this process takes because I was just mesmerized by it. What's crazy to me is that 1 in 1,000 eggs in the wild will potentially survive. On this beach, luckily it's 1 in 50. It might even be 1 in 25. They still have to do a little bit more research to get final data, but the numbers are a lot better here than anywhere else. And there's actually 7 species of sea turtles. I actually got to swim with the green sea turtle earlier in one of the clips that I shared. Check it out. It's pretty cool. It's the one that has the fungus or herpes growing on it. But back to this turtle. This turtle is the hawksbill turtle, and it is critically endangered. And this mom is laying eggs, and it'll probably lay a few hundred. I have a feeling that it's probably like 200, but Mel said that he'd tell me the number of hatchlings that come out of this spot. And because she picked a spot that they think is good, this nest won't actually get moved. They'll just monitor it. And the nest is starting to fill up. And Mom will soon go out, and she'll actually come back in about 15 days to lay potentially another 200 eggs. And these eggs will take anywhere from 60 to 100 days to actually hatch. And then they go off on their journey. 20 years until they potentially come back. They refer to those as the lost years, as they just float around the great blue. Man, that must be a journey that these turtles go on. And if you watch one of my earlier videos, you'll actually see the journey I think some of them go and some of the creatures that they meet. Well, it seems like Mom's starting to slow down. Let's see. How many more eggs do you think that she'll actually lay? Oh, that was a double. Man. I wonder how many eggs are in there. I know I brought that up earlier, but this whole feed seems to be huge, and it's just filling up. When we came back and measured it, it was actually ends up being 12 inches underground still from the top egg. That's a pretty deep hole that this turtle was able to dig. And that's a lot of eggs. And every once in a while, she actually does calm down and just relax. Imagine how much work this must be for her. She's got to dig the hole, she's got to lay the eggs, and then she's got to cover the hole. Yep, she's still dropping them. This one, nope, maybe one more. Man. The good thing about a mom turtle is when she lays the egg, she's gone. She doesn't have to raise them. Yeah. Well, that is the last egg. Man. Right there. Good job. That's amazing. You're almost done, Mom. You just have to cover up the hole and then run it back to sea. Now that we've finished laying eggs, we have to actually cover them up. And, oh, maybe she's got another one in there. Who knows? Or maybe it's just Mama trying to relax and get some energy. Yeah. There's no more eggs coming. I think you did a great job, Mom. And I think you picked a good spot because this is where they're actually moving turtle eggs to. So, well done. Now it's time to actually start covering up the hole. So, yeah. She just starts grabbing all the sand that she's brought up and does everything in reverse. It's amazing the control that she has with her flippers, and she just moves the sand around. Like, she is so powerful the way that she just tosses the sand around. And it's not dry sand, the dry sand that moves easy. This was a little bit damp, so it was a little bit heavy. But she's just tossing it around and patting it down. You can see her kneeling around on it, just to make sure that it's all compact. And then she actually moves around and gets all kinds of other sand around so that you can't actually tell where the hole is. It's kind of her way of camouflaging. Mama turtles are pretty smart. So this is a pretty big turtle. How big do you actually think it is? Like, look at it. It's huge. Yeah. Wait, the next time it pauses, I'll try to get a measurement of it. I unfortunately didn't bring a tape measure or anything. What can I use? My hand. So, my hand, and I'm 6'2", is about the same size as that turtle's flipper, or one of the scales on the turtle shell. Did you know that those actually fall off? I know, I didn't know that until I found one. And you can see this turtle throwing sand with its front and back flippers so that it can cover the trace marks so that those dogs and mongooses can't find it. And once it's done and it's satisfying, well, yep, that's right. She heads back out to sea. And with one last break, she smells the salt in the sea and she's off. Her bones are a little bit softer than your bones and my bones. They're light, spongy bones. They help her float. She actually has over 50 bones that are fused together. She basically has her bones on the outside. That's what her shell's actually made of. And look at how quickly she can just move in the sand. I don't know if I could move that quickly after digging a hole, laying 200 eggs, and then crawling across the sand. Well, peace be the journey. And with that, I get a sunrise to send me off back home. But let's take a closer look at the actual skull just before I leave in the actual turtle shell. Look at the size of that skull in the shell. That's a size 12 shoe beside it. And the inside, man, look at the spine and the vertebrae. So cool. Well, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and enjoy the wildlife. Check my website for more about my new book.